Hello, welcome back. Lovely to see you again. I sure am. Please take a seat. So I see someone's caught the travel bug. Yeah, well, why not? There's a whole wide world out there for us to explore. So I'm keen to know, where are you wanting to travel to this time? Beautiful Sweden, the country of picturesque lakes and plentiful forests. It is a land of breathtaking views and severe winters, of delicious cuisine and a minimalistic approach to design. Yes. So my next question is, what dates are you looking at going? Okay. Oh wow, so you're planning on staying over the Christmas New Year's period. How exciting. Well, winter Christmas time in Sweden is truly magical, so you've made a wonderful choice. So I'm just going to pop on the computer and take a look at flights. Do you have any preference on flight times? No, okay, no worries. I'll be just a moment. Okay, so you're going to fly direct to Stockholm, which is the capital city of Sweden, and it's a major transport hub. All right. Now, my next and favorite question is, what did you want to do there? Visit the Christmas markets? Yes. Chase the northern lights? How exciting. And do some winter sports. Okay, perfect. Yes, I can definitely give you some information on these things, and I can also make some suggestions if you like. Yeah, okay. Now, while I talk about Sweden and its attractions, I'm going to pop on some footage for your enjoyment. Okay? Sweden is located in Northern Europe and occupies the greater part of the Scandinavian peninsula, which it shares with Norway. The northern part of Sweden is known as Lapland and is where about 15% of the country lies within the Arctic Circle, making it a winter wonderland. Making your way down the country is where you'll find trendy Stockholm, the capital and largest city of Sweden, which is located at the junction of Lake Gamla and Salt Bay, an arm of the Baltic Sea opposite the Gulf of Finland. Now, as you'll be going to Sweden over the winter Christmas period, I'm going to focus on activities and experiences that are influenced by this time of the year. Sound good? Okay, great. Now, when you think about Sweden, you may think of the multinational conglomerate IKEA and its famous meatballs. But there is so much more to Sweden than ready-to-assemble furniture. Sweden in winter promises an escape like no other. Between December and March, this Nordic nation is sheathed in snow and comes alive with a host of deep-seated traditions. If you love city getaways, you can discover Stockholm, the Swedish capital, in its wintry splendor. There are many wonderful things to do in Stockholm that includes exploring Gamla stan or Old Town, which is Stockholm's original city centre. Dating from the 13th century, Old Town is a labyrinth of charming cobbled streets, alleyways, faded and rusted townhouses and meeting squares. It is packed with cafes, restaurants, shops, galleries and museums, making it a tourist hotspot. Another attraction worthy to mention is Kungstradgarden, Swedish for King's Garden, which is a park located in central Stockholm. It is a popular hangout and meeting place due to its central location, cafes, open-air concerts and events in summer, and ice skating rink in winter. Now, you mentioned you wanted to visit Sweden's Christmas markets. Well, I certainly have a treat for you. What better way to embrace the festive season than to visit an authentic Swedish Christmas market, offering fun activities, tasty food, and quality handmade products. You will find Christmas markets dotted all over the country in small towns and larger cities alike. As we are focusing on Stockholm, 3 of its most notable Christmas markets are located at Skansen, Stortorget, Stockholm Old Town, and Drottningholm Palace, which all offer high quality handmade products that make ideal gifts, delicious Christmas themed food and drink, and even choirs singing Christmas carols. I also want to note that they offer a guided tour of fascinating Drottningholm Palace, which is a World Heritage listed site. Now, did you want me to do up some quotes for some museums and a tour of Drottningholm Palace? Yes, no worries, I can do that for you now. Okay, one moment. Now, to really get the most of spending a winter holiday in Sweden is to get out into the snow and immerse yourself in the local customs and traditions. There is no better way to do that than to head north to the Swedish Lapland, where an abundance of wintry activities awaits. One of the key reasons to head to northern Sweden in winter is Aurora Borealis. You will be amazed at the dazzling veil of red, green and violet light rippling across the night sky. Lapland lies within the Arctic Circle in a region known as the Aurora Zone, and between December and March you have an excellent chance of seeing the world-famous Northern Lights in person. Another unmissable experience you may not have known about is dog sledding. You can wrap up nice and warm and sit back as your guide and their pack of huskies whisk you through the snowy wilderness of the Swedish Lapland. Now, if you're an adrenaline junkie, this next one is for you. Snowmobiling is an absolute must if you're all about the thrill and want to take things up a notch. You'll be able to explore remote scenic areas that would otherwise be impossible to traverse. Now, snowmobiles and dog sledding may be the quickest way to get around, but snowshoeing and cross-country skiing is an extra special way to explore Lapland's most tranquil regions. During your travels, you may spot a moose and wild reindeer roaming the snowy plains. You may even catch a glimpse of some wolves, from a safe distance, of course. Now, another experience I'd like to mention is learning about and immersing yourself in ancient Sami culture, which is indigenous to Lapland. Sami life is characterized by a lifestyle of fishing, reindeer herding and fur trapping, which dates back 6,000 years. You can also visit the northernmost city in Sweden, Kiruna, where you'll have plenty of sightseeing spots, hotels, shops, and public transport links at your fingertips. While in Kiruna, you will definitely want to check out Sweden's famous ice hotel for an experience you'll definitely never forget. At about 17 kilometers away in the village of Jukkasjärvi, once an art installation and luxury hideaway, the Ice Hotel offers you the opportunity to sleep in a room entirely manufactured from ice. What makes this experience truly unique is that the hotel melts every spring and is rebuilt every winter from scratch. Truly remarkable. And lastly, as you'll be celebrating Christmas and New Year in Sweden, why not spend it in Lapland, being surrounded by a magical snowy landscape of snow-capped pines and reindeer? Picture this, you're walking through a Christmas market with twinkling fairy lights all around. You're sipping on heartwarming mulled wine while viewing the stalls of beautiful handcrafted items. You decide to stop for some delicious Swedish gingerbread and clove-studded ham while a choir sings Christmas carols. And just when you thought you couldn't possibly feel more festive, Santa decides to show up. Have I sold you yet? Okay, now did you want me to do up some quotes for any of those experiences I mentioned? Yeah, sure, no worries. And I'll also add that to get to Lapland, you will need a domestic flight from Stockholm to Kiruna, which takes about 1 hour and 40 minutes. So I'll quote that for you too. Okay? All right. Now, as I couldn't go through every area of Sweden with you, I'd love to briefly show you this wonderful book I have if you're interested. Yes, okay, great. There are many more areas of Sweden that are equally as interesting as the ones that I mentioned before. And this book does a fabulous job at covering them. Let's take a look inside. So here we have our Plan Your Trip, On the Road, Understand and Survival Guide. We also have our key here and our symbols that are used throughout the map. Okay, so here's a small map of Sweden. Table of contents. So we have our little introduction to Sweden here. Landscape, the Sami, Swedish style, and something that I didn't really delve into before is that they have quite a large Viking history. Many of the museums actually contain quite a lot of excellent information. The way that they explain the history is quite fascinating. So definitely check out that. Okay, here's our more detailed map. Sweden here. Don't know if you can see that properly. So it highlights all the major cities and it gives a really good description underneath and kind of like what to expect from each city. So with Kiruna, it says Ice Hotel and Aurora Borealis, which are two main focal points of that city. So we have Stockholm down here, the beautiful stylish capital city, and another popular city that I didn't mention before either is Gothenburg. Okay, let's continue. So we have Sweden's top 15. I'll just keep turning pages. There's lots and lots and lots of wonderful things to do in Sweden, things to experience. So now we've arrived at our need to know section, which is really cool, I think. So it just gives you really valuable information like their currency, the language they speak, what to do about a visa, whether you need one to get into the country or not, money, mobile phones, and time. Has useful websites, important numbers, exchange rates, all that good stuff. And it also has a little daily costs budget. So depending on how much money you're wanting to spend, okay? And we've got arriving in Sweden and getting around. So what kind of transportation they offer. They do have a train line, but apparently buses are quite good and they have more thorough coverage than trains. Okay. If you like, so we've got some activities. If you're interested, here's a little section on Sami Culture down here that I talked about. Lots of fun things to do, lots of outdoor activities, fine dining. So we've also got a month by month here, which is events, things that are happening by the month in Sweden, which is pretty cool too. Itineraries, so this book gives you suggestions on how to travel around the different areas. Outdoor activities. The little huskies. Just skim through a bit. So here are all the different regions. Some of them actually. Oh yeah, there's the rest. On the road to Stockholm and around. We covered a little bit of Stockholm. Here's a map of the city. So that they've got best places to eat and best places to stay. Why go? So much this book covers. It's awesome. Here's a map of Gamla, Sweden's old town, and things to do and see. So there's a city walk you can do in Stockholm. There's a little map here. Such a beautiful city. Just gonna skip through a little bit now. Okay. So this is a different area of Sweden that I didn't cover, but it has a good information in this book if you're interested in visiting that area. The next section is Gothenburg and the southwest, which is another really popular city of Sweden. So every section has things to do, places to stay, best places to eat, top sites, absolutely everything you need to know. The southeast and Gotland. As I said, I just wanted to briefly go over this with you, just to give you an idea of how much there truly is to do in Sweden. Okay. Now we've arrived at Lapland in the far north. Kiruna. So understanding Sweden is the next section. So it just tells you all about Sweden today, what it's like, current affairs, everything like that. Food and drink. And it also has a wonderful pull-out map of Stockholm at the back, which is extremely handy. Yes, you can definitely take this book. Now, is there anything else I can do for you before I do up your itinerary? No, you think you're all good? Alright, perfect. I'll just pop back on the computer and finalize everything. I'll just be a moment. Okay? Okay, it's all there for you. Really, it's my pleasure. I really hope you have a wonderful time, and remember to pack a really nice warm coat and some nice thick socks. Okay. Have a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Bye bye.